It's my pleasure to be invited to this conference. I prepared my PPT in English, but our speech in Chinese. Today we'll talk the feasible governance framework of data sharing. Data sharing, in my opinion, is provide data to other people's use, but in control the constants or in the conditions or in controls 就是在一个控制的环境下，让别人使用数据，这就是data sharing。所以 data sharing in Chinese 就是流通First is the context. In China, most important the policy is decided by the Communist Party. In 2019, 中央提出来说，数据成为生产要素。在2020年的时候，有一份文件叫做数据就是建立数据就是叫什么呢？关于发挥市场我发现我中文都反而不会讲了。Data is one five factors production in the marketing economy. This is very important. Data as a factor production is similar data driving or data economy. Data economy is, in my opinion, is production, sharing, and reuse or use the data. How to regulate this data use order is data economy. The data economy, data as a factor of production, similar data as material to output intelligence knowledge. Then the intelligence or knowledge be the factor of production of whole economy. There's two dates. First is material to produce the knowledge. Then the knowledge is the factor of production of the whole society. This is the opinion, 20th opinion. I participated this draft. I will explain the main idea of the data holders' rights. The core idea of the 20 opinion is to establish the data property rights operation mechanism by separated or located the data resource holders right, data process right, and the data producer distributor right, based on the definition of the legitimate right in the data source and the data value generation of all participants involved in data protection and sharing and usage. There's many explanations of the 20th opinions. In my opinion, it's more important is data holder right and plus a data usage right for sharing. It's a mechanism for data sharing. What is the data holder? Data holders means factual situation of data control. Because when we use the data, we need control first. So the data holder is primarily data control and responsible person for integrating the right and obligation, security, operation, protection, personal data duties. The data holder right equal or similar to the data usage right. I separated 4 rights: right to control data illegally, right to utilize for oneself and for other using, and the last one is right to income. The holder's right is data usage right, not the holding right. Not the holding is not equal rights, but use creator rights. Data holder's right is similar to data sovereignty in Europe. In Europe, there is an international data space. They created one right called the data sovereignty right. The data holder right is based value protection other than holding. Holding's rights are limited rights based on valued protection. If you created the value, the law protects your rights. Protecting the legitimate interest of the holder's data rather than exclusive control. The key point or key issues is how to construct this right. The legal reasoning, Next will explain the legal reasoning for the data holder's rights allocation. First, the purpose, we need to define the purpose. The purpose of the data holder right allocation is maximize the social value of the data. If the data is used by individuals is just for your interest. If used by more parties, then the society will get the benefit. So the data holder right, the reasoning is maximize the social utilize of the data. The purpose of data, the entitlement is maximize the social utilize of the data. So we need have the reasoning how to support this policy. Allocating the right of the similar entitlement trade secret in legal theory. In trade secret is not exclusive right. It's just a right you control, you have right, you can use it. So entitlement to hold data holders is based on the value curation. We need first to establish the data usage rights. It's a right in constitution, not the economic, not the property rights. It's from the constitution. So in 20th opinion, this policy, we want the balanced 3 parties interest. First is the source. That's a lot of presenters have speak the data privacy. Even data is about the person, about the machine, about the weather. But when the data, when the person is the subject of data, we need protector the person's interesting in data. So, but we don't need give the source of data or subject of data exclusive right or the decision how to use it, because the law or the society need gives the usage, gives the user the right to decide how to use the data. So the balance, the interest source of holder, we don't grant right either source, either holder. Then we need the balance, the interest of source and the user. It's the reason is similar as the holder, but the user is the holder of the data. We need to protect his interest. The last one is balance the interest holder and the user. If you is the first collector the data, if you have exclusive right on the data, you can collect the second user. No, we need the balance the first or former user and the second user or continued user. So these three in everyone here is the three roles. First is source, then the holder, then the user. We need to balance the three parties of interest. So entitlement, data entitlement is governance paradigm, not the traditional property rights. So next one, I want to explain the data entitlement is dynamic, not state granting the rights. Because the data, the value of the data is from the raw materials, raw data to the processed tradable data, then to the data product. This is a long way. We how to entitle the creator of the value in this long process. So we in the serial, we participate or separate two kinds of the data. One is the data as a product. One is the data product. Data as product is material, is processed data, is tradable data, but not the data product can be consumer, can be last end user to use the data. But the data product is output of the data calculation and analysis and such aggressor model intelligence tool, ChatGPT, etc. So I want if you have the data as product, you have no exclusive or stable right in the data as product. You just transfer or sharing the data. You have used, you can use yourself, sharing to others. But if you have the data, you are the control data product holder, you have stable property rights. If we separate these two kinds of the data, Then we can construct the data sharing order. Okay, for time limits, I will conclude my presentation. This data entitlement is not property rights rather than data governance model. The structured division of data protection proposed in the 20 opinion is a method used to define the legitimate right enjoyed by all parties involved in data production or in production, transfer, and use of the data. This means that configuring the content of right based on the degree of stable in data value and form, as well as need for the value into realization guarantee. The allocating the individual sharing the property rights for each value created in the data usage for data transforming into the product, and granting the stable rights to the data production generate. In other words, the data rights should be seen as the continual dynamic entitlement process in its value creation and realization. After the form of the data product, the holder of the product should grant the stable property right to build the stable marketing distribution system. Thank you.